You have failed the test. Your job application was rejected. You were not accepted by that university. Your boss just fired you. And you're sitting over there and feeling terrible. But just wait a minute and listen. When Abraham Lincoln was just 7, he was homeless. At the age of 9, he lost his mother. At 23, he lost his first election. At 24, he declared bankruptcy because the business he tried to build failed. And for the next 7 years, he was paying back his debt. At 26, his fiancée passed away. Next year, he was seriously sick that almost for a year he could not leave his bed. Throughout his life, he lost 8 elections, but then ended up becoming the greatest president of the United States. I just don't understand how would anyone give up after knowing this.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
This quote represents all of his life. Sylvester Stallone slept in the streets, cleaned the cells in the zoos, and filmed in porn, dreaming to get some role. The exact same story repeats with everyone. Walt Disney went bankrupt after his first attempt to start a business. And even when he came out with this famous idea of Mickey Mouse, everyone thought that's nonsense. No one is gonna watch that. So he was rejected again by everyone. Not a good start for someone who won 22 Oscars. You have such a low self-esteem because you think you're not born with some great talent? Imagine you couldn't talk until the age of 4. Everyone would think that you are mentally retarded, but then you end up becoming the most famous physicist in the world. The real challenge is when you're born in a village far from civilization whose father is fascist, but then you end up becoming the governor of California. The grievance is when you're kicked out from your own company that you have built from scratch. That's exactly what happened to Steve Jobs. After 10 years, Apple literally begged him to come back and lead Apple again. And you know what he said in his most famous speech? Getting fired from Apple is the greatest thing ever happened to him. So here is another lesson for you.
Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith.
Everyone can lie on that couch and complain about how horrible everything is, how greedy people are, how dumb this generation is, how things in the past were easier, how difficult it is to get a job, how corrupt is the system, how everyone is trying to put you down, and so on. I mean, look, I don't really know what problem you're going through or how big it is, but let me just tell you a brutal truth right into your face. You've got 2 options. You will either sit there and cry about it, or you will move your ass and keep trying to do something about it. These are literally the only options in front of you. As Winston Churchill said, success is going from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. Looking back at my life, I can't even count the number of times that I have failed, and I perfectly understand how horrible it feels. So I'm not selling you the idea that failing is great. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to compare myself to any of these people that I have mentioned. But what I want to say is that these people inspire me, so let them inspire you as well, especially when you're going through hardship or failure. How dare you to give up when you know that these people went through much more difficult times and yet did not give up? Remember, you do not fail until you quit, so keep trying.